We have made so much progress this spring on our new build party barn on our property, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing how my husband was able to create this beautiful DIY board and batten on the exterior of this build. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing the supplies he used as well as a time lapse of the whole progress. So we're going to go ahead and rewind this video to start from the beginning. Now, to be able to start the board and batten, something that needed to be accomplished was the trim around the doors as well as the trim around the windows. And for this, we're just gonna share a little portion of that since this will be in another upcoming video here on our channel. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned or watch our YouTube shorts where I've shared plenty of videos on how my husband did that, the style he went with, and those are great videos as well. Even though this is a building structure that is under the square footage of what we need a permit for, we are still following all of the rules, guidelines, all of that sort of thing to make sure that it's up to code, because obviously there are codes for a reason. And we decided to wrap our home with Tyvek because that's what we used on our shop. We used it on our tiny home. We used it on our home. And when my dad was a contractor, he used to use Tyvek too. So it's just what I know. I have seen a lot of homes being wrapped with the zip system, and that seems to be kind of the new way of doing it, but it is much more expensive. So it wasn't really in our budget for these projects to use that product, even though it looked like it would be a great option, and I'm sure it really is. Now for the cement boards, we used James Hardie. This is what we're using for our tiny home as well as the party barn, and it's also what we purchased for our shop and our home. And we purchased this from our local lumber store. We first off wanted the siding to match our existing home and shop for the tiny home, and then we just really like sticking with the same brand. So everything feels a little bit more cohesive, but for the party barn, obviously this is a completely different look with the board and batten. Now we're gonna go over the materials used for this project. Now the cement boards are by James Hardie. I know there was a little bit of confusion in our YouTube Shorts video, so I wanted to clarify that. They are 4x8 pieces, and this works out really well with the layout design that my husband came up with, which is that we did the vertical lines about every 2 feet to cover those seams. For the vertical boards, my husband used 1x3s as well as for that one horizontal board, and we got this from a different hardware store, so it's a little different of color. My husband also used ring shank nails for this project as well as his nail gun, and one tool that we recently got in that we've been loving is this Milwaukee battery power supply unit, and it has been so helpful for not only these projects but also with all of the cameras we've had set up for recording these videos. Also hidden behind the scenes is my husband's Milwaukee saw. He is a big Milwaukee fan and he loves going to Home Depot just to look at the tools. So if you wonder what kind of tool my husband's probably using, if he can get his hands on one of those, he does. He's obsessed too with organizing it, which honestly I'm okay with. I'm definitely okay with it. If you have any questions regarding the materials, leave them in the comments below and I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you. Boom, it's already looking a million times better. And once these vertical lines and that one horizontal line is up, it is going to look absolutely out of this world. As I'm speaking right now, that is how it looks. And this week we actually got our lean-to installed. So let me know if you guys want a dedicated video on the lean-to or if you want to integrate it into a longer form video of sharing the siding, board and batten, lean-to, painting, just lots of fun in one video. Let me know in the comments down below. We decided to end up doing this horizontal line across to hide that metal right there. My husband said it was an absolute must to do this to avoid any water leaking through. So this is definitely a must add. It's a 1x10 galvanized steel Z-bar flashing, and this is pretty affordable and you can find it at any hardware store too. My husband and brother-in-law were going back and forth showing me different size pieces for this horizontal piece. I ultimately decided with the skinnier piece. I thought it looked higher end and just really beautiful, and it really made this space pop, since on our shop that you see to the left has a thicker board right on the center there, and I didn't want it to feel the same. I would also like to mention that prior to doing your vertical board and batten, you need to make sure that all of your trim pieces on the sides as well as the windows and your doors are 100% complete. This is going to help the process so much. And what my husband did was measured it prior, and not every single piece is 2 feet in distance, but he did his best job. Some of them are a little bit shorter, and the whole idea of it is kind of like what we're calling the butterfly effect, is to make sure that on each side it feels as if it's a butterfly to the eye, but it might not necessarily be that way. So the goal is to make sure those seams are covered by these vertical pieces and make it feel cohesive, like that butterfly effect. So those are some great tips for you. One thing I also love about this board and batten look is the simplicity of it. So we plan on painting this party barn the same color for the trim, the same color for the base of the barn, and it just has this beautiful look that has a lot of character to it, but it also looks very simple and timeless at the same time. Now here we are on the left side of the party barn. I really love this area and this little patio space that we have back here, and it ties to the right side where the lean-to you guys will see here in a bit. I think I might give you guys a sneak peek. So we have that back patio that goes, the walkway goes through the back, and it's just really beautiful. Now you guys might see me on my phone. I'm not goofing off. I am filming YouTube Shorts videos, which all of those are all posted. If you guys want to see videos on more of the board and batten, get measurements for our DIY trim, all of that jazz. And of course I needed to pick up some weeds. Our property desperately needed me to get to work with this, and I have been working on it every day since. Next week we're going to be starting on the painting, and I picked a beautiful paint color by Behr, the bright white, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be absolutely stunning. I just got my Graco paint sprayer in, and I got an extension kit so it can reach those high areas. So I'm really excited to put that to work, see how it works for us. And we are just about to wrap up this board and batten, and for those that want a sneak peek of our lean-to area, here it is.